Hey everyone, Lensmanos here, and welcome to another FTB Sky Adventures episode. So I watched, I did a little bit of Googling, and I watched a couple of, not full episodes of other people, but just little bits and pieces, and just picked up some minor tips. So one of them is that the sieves, or sieves, however you want to pronounce it, work together. So if I'll just grab these guys and place them out. Okay, and then I'll turn them into crushed netherrack, which is something I cannot use EMC for. But if I do this, they will all work together, and all 9 of these, and I think you can go bigger than the 9. They'll work together. Oh, blaze! Oh, it's awesome. That is definitely something that come in handy. I've only done that once or twice. I think I got 4 stacks. Oh, that's excellent. Throw them in there for now. Actually, I might get the order crystal out. I have noticed a couple of things. I don't think they've disappeared, but some things aren't quite... I don't know. I don't know if they're not staying in the table or something else is odd. But I kind of want to get to a point where I have like one of everything in a chest. You may see what I've done over here. So this is a vacuum chest, and there is one over near that thing as well. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Can you get in there? Like, I'm trying to see if this will work. Oh, well, it kind of fights it. Alright, so I'm trying to work a way of capturing the items drop. It's a work in progress. So blaze is definitely very, very handy for us. I'm going to leave them in there for now. I think I was going to make the hopper, but I worked out I could make the vacuum chest. That's definitely you know, neither here nor there in terms of what we need, but yeah, so I've been grabbing full stacks of gravel and just coming over here, and I wonder if I could make this bigger. I probably could once I get a little bit more EMC. So this is obviously one way of getting EMC. It's just to stand up here, generate a bunch of materials using this system, drop them in the table, pull out a whole heap of gravel, or sand maybe. I could probably go sand, and just stand up here and spam click, and hopefully get diamonds and emeralds and stuff. So I am getting relatively okay drops, and I'm getting a fair few of these pieces. So I don't have them all converted into ingots or anything yet, which would probably be quite handy if I go... That's iron, that's okay. Let's do this. Let's go ardite, cobalt, nickel, lead, platinum, and I will work out a way of having this automated at some point. And aluminium. Silver. I can't remember if I had silver already. The gold is going to come in handy though, in terms of making some EMC. So what I'm going to need to do here is just let these guys cook. Let's use up some of my rubber wood here. Might get a little bit out of it. I'm going to teach each of these items to the table, and then there is a quest that that asks us to hand things in. This unfortunately is not one. Silver, nickel, nickel, cobalt. Oh, okay. Nickel. Got $1. Silver. There we go, we've taught it silver. Should now be able to find silver. Wow, 25 cents. You cheapskate. Gold. Again, they gave me 50 cents for that. Oof. I'm rich, I'm rich! Lead. Okay. Aluminium. Or aluminum, depending on your place in the world. And how many U's and I's it has. Platinum. Very cool. So we're getting through a fair few of these. So I need a tin, copper, and an iron. Let's do that. Ingot. Iron. Tin. That's bronze. Copper. Oh. That's interesting. It does not accept the other type of ore or of ingot. So that's a bummer. Where have I put my wallet? Come here, please. Alright, so now that we've handed in just a couple of things, I'm going to put a few things away. The other thing I saw someone mucking around with, I don't know how easy this is to set up, was the loot bag system and using storages, recyclers, and bag openers. So a loot recycler is very simple. It's just stone, chest, and iron, and then the bag opener is the same. So it's just the opposite way. So I want some iron. I want at least 2. I want chest. Again, at least 2. And I want stone. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's go chest in the middle, one there like that. It's a recycler. And okay. I'm guessing the bag opener has been disabled. How do bag storage? I can. Let's see if I can do the storage one. Yes, I can do bag storage, but I can't do the opener. Perhaps it could potentially be buggy. And you know what? That's fine. That's something that we have to learn to deal with. I am going to teach this to the table, actually. It's not really where I wanted it, but that's fine. You have an EMC value? Yes, you do. Okay, so the idea behind this obviously is to take junk and convert it back into bags. So I don't think dirt is one. Cobble doesn't seem to be one. If I grab, I don't know what's loot and what's not. Let's grab a brain. Will you accept them? No, but you, no. Okay. Oh, what did I just drop in there? What was there? Oh my gosh. Oh, might have been that hammer. Whoops. I have no idea what I just dropped in there. It had an EMC value. Can't have been that important. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's just clean this up. Alright. Again, not really a fan. Okay. So, loot. Do you accept rotten flesh? Yes. So, it will be things like bones. I'm going to grab a stack of bones and throw them in here. Okay, it will take items, and it will, excuse me for shuffling around a bit, hopefully turn them into bags. Go grab a little bit more loot. I'm thinking this is the wrong space for this too. Okay, so all these things. Was that broken? Whoops. It would work a lot better if I put it in the right spot. Okay, hopefully that'll do the job. We'll find out. Okay, so the idea would be is you'd put one of these near a mob farm and hope you got a loot, unless it's been disabled, and I hope that's not the case. Kind of need more mobs to spawn. You may have noticed that I have a piggy over here. Hello, Mr. Piggy. I swear brains were meant to be doable. Alright. So I guess bear with me just a couple of minutes. I'm going to have a look to see whether this actually works. It would be nice if it did, because there are a few different ways of making EMC in this pack. So bear with me. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we are back. These do work. So I did have these tin cans that I had floating around. Now if you look here, when I'm hovering over this bit here, it tells you how much loot worth is in there. It requires 1500 for a bag. Now, I can't put cobble or dirt or anything in. It's just stuff that you get when you get loot bags. So the idea would be there is that you can take the loot bag out, you can open it up and then dump the stuff back in and hope for the best. So here I can go and grab these things into my inventory. And then ideally all of those items should go back in. So yeah, I've lucked out there. I didn't quite get the same amount. And this potentially could have been, this exploit could have been patched up. So yeah, so I've gotten hardly anything out of that. That's alright. We have another one to do. So I need a few things. I'm going to need some dust. This doesn't work 100% until I get a little bit further with Project E. One of the things we would need would be an energy condenser. So that requires the alchemical chest, 4 diamonds and 4 obsidian. So I can probably do this. Obsid. Okay. Did I teach it? No, I didn't. Wow. Okay, alchemical chest. Let's learn it. And then I want you to tell me that. One energy condenser. You can see it's actually worth quite a lot. So the next thing I'm going to require will be a sink. I'm missing an iron. And one of them, thanks. I'm going to require a sink. Get my buckets back. Okay, so sink. I'm going to set this up just here for now. So it has water in it. I'm going to require, what do we got? At Ender.io. So we have conduits. Oh no, they've probably been disabled in this pack, haven't they? Oh, maybe not. Okay, so fluid conduits require quite clear glass. Come on. Which requires an alloy smelter, so that's not going to happen. Let's see. I need a node. I need the fluid one. What do I need in order to do this? 2 redstone, 2 stone. Okay, let's make the fluid one. Got some pipes. And again, this is going to just be really, really rough. So, we got that. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, okay, we put our pipes down. So each of these should be getting water. Now it'll be slow, but that's fine. So what this relies on is the fact that dust is 1 EMC. If we mix it with the water, we get clay. Now clay's 64 EMC. So that's an increase of 63. If you don't count the water, because honestly the water here is infinite. So this will slow us down a little. But then what we can do, and I would have liked to have used Ender.io conduits, but I haven't got. Let's just have a real quick look. So 5 gravel, 2 sand, 2 clay. Okay. Gravel. Clay. Is it sand? Yeah, I can't even remember that amount of time. It's kind of terrible. Alright, so we've got binder. Binder composite. It's just, I'll throw 2 in. Oh gosh, just throw 1 in. So we will cook this down to conduit binder, and we get 2. And I can drop this in here, and we now have the ability to get that. Okay, next thing, and you may have seen it in here. I have pulsating iron nuggets. And the reason I have these is I put an ender pearl into this with some iron, and it made a pulsating iron ingot. definitely comes in handy. Is that not? Yeah, see, it's obviously been disabled on the server. That's okay. What I'm going to need is another one of these. Teach you that one too. Okay. So I need to be able to pull out of each of these the clay. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, the server has just done a reboot, so hopefully nothing's gone awry in between. I have done a few bits and pieces. This isn't really working like I'd like it to. And again, it's only very basic mob farm anyway. But the vacuum chest is doing its job now that I've moved it into the middle. But okay, you might be able to see over the far right. I finished setting that up, and I've set up a couple of other things. So this here, pretty much. Let me just try and get over here. So, fail. Okay, so we've got the water pumping in, which I showed last time. We have dust coming out the back, pardon me, with a filter. So it comes out the back with a filter and gets inserted into each of the stone barrels. These ones will pull out the clay that's in here. So obviously this is all limited by the amount of water being pumped in. So once we get some extra utilities generation, we'll be able to put some sort of speed upgrade in here. But yeah, it pulls all the clay out and puts it into here, and if it can't fit in here, it continues off down this pipe here. And it'll go into this chest, which will turn into gravel. Just regular, same as this. So it's just another energy condenser. But the clay will go into here and turn into gravel. Or it will go into this drawer at the top. Either way, I can take clay from there and put it in the table over there. At the moment, this is working. I just occasionally throw bits and pieces in. I have one bag in there, so I could pull a loot bag out if I wanted. But this here, I was just mucking around with sieving, and I made another, 7 sieves. I might make some more yet to make this bigger. But what I've set up here is some extra utilities, mechanical crafters. And I've set up a little system with a transfer node, which again is quite slow, and some of this stuff may not be working at the moment. I might not have somewhere for tin to go. Is that about right? Iron, platinum, lead, aluminium, copper, nickel, silver, tin. Tin should go down there. Oh, it's working. It's just slow. So it will, I've put filters on the back of each of these. These are transfer filters. Inside a transfer filter has a normal filter, and these are all EMC-able, so I've just made one and crafted a whole bunch. So these just mechanical crafters, they take an input, and all I can do is do this, and it will convert them without power or anything into our ore chunks. So I've got 22 nickel. I've got to do the copper yet. There we go. Aluminium needs to be done. Gold. Silver is already happening. tin. So we're just waiting on more platinum and more lead to make it up there. So obviously, as I said, this is a very slow system. We do have lead. I can come up here and throw lead in there and it will work. And platinum. There it is there. I mean, I could get this and do the same thing. It's not actually using it, but there we go. We now have all the ores I think I get from gravel. Obviously, I still get diamonds and something else, but this is one way of just automatically turning them into a chunk. I could extract out of here using nodes and put it into maybe a draw system, but at the moment the idea I had was to just use the EMC that I'm gathering here and then come along and grab a couple of stacks, come up here, throw it in my inventory and just do a bit of spamming of the old button here. See here, so what did I have? I had maybe 4 stacks, did I? And one way of making a fair bit of EMC at the moment is to just sit here for a few minutes, and it's semi-therapeutic just watching the gravel disappear into the sieves here, and hoping you get some decent drops. But obviously I'm doing what, 16 at a time, so I'll stack in 4 passes. If I do expand it, and maybe I will make another 9 or so, I could stand right in the middle and just spam the button and hope for the best. If I want some more gravel, I could just probably reach out, grab some. So what we get? We got 5 emeralds, we only got 1 diamond, 20 amber, and then a whole bunch of ore pieces, which I can dump into here, and my little system will automatically turn it into something that's smeltable. So the idea would be from here is I'll run them through some sort of furnace. Maybe we can start looking at power generation. But yeah, for things like them, they can all just get dumped in there. And we're definitely starting to get a decent amount of EMC. So fairly basic system. I should be able to now go flash. I'd like a stack, thanks, or 2 or 3 or 4. Let's just do a little bit down to about 100k. There we go. Come over here and go and see if we get some bags from it. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. We can get the next level up loot bags now. So I can potentially, I don't know, make rotten flesh in one of these. One of these energy condensers. I could. I swear I heard a creeper then. I don't see one, but I heard one. Ooh, look at that. Did you see that? I've got places where things can spawn. Let's just there we go. That'll solve that problem. And these torches should actually cover them, but it's alright. Have a torch for the moment. Okay. So yeah, that's just a quick way of getting into some of the things we're going to need. I can come up here now and just smelt them. That's probably going to need tiny coal maybe. Yeah, so we've got platinum now, and I should be able to go to my book. Check in here. Platinum I've already handed in, but tin and copper definitely on the cards. I can also drop them in there. Platinum's worth 4,000, so I've already gained back to where I was. Just a small amount. Okay, so we got 9 bags here. Let's cycle to the next one. Or I could just risk it. Okay, no, let's see that and grab an uncommon. Oops, throw it on the ground apparently. What do I get? Junk. What do I get? That's not junk. That's junk. Some junk. So now I can just turn around and go, you know what, it's mostly just crud. I mean, I could use these items, put them straight back into the system and gain, wow, some string and gain stuff from them, but that's not how we roll. 4 obsidian's okay. So yeah, not too bad of an idea. Iridium shards do not have an EMC. But yeah, we can try and automate, maybe not automate, but somehow get better with our loot bags so we can progress a little. That's probably the words I'm looking for. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please leave those comments in the section down below. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Just a basic little EMC gen and some oh, it's just me standing on that. Basic little EMC gen and auto creation of chunks. I'm going to do a bit more sifting. Hope you join me next time. Comments below, and I'll see you then. Bye now.